Well, welcome to Complete Car and welcome to the new BMW 5 Series, or we should be a little bit more specific, this is the i5. This is the all-electric 5 Series. Unlike Mercedes, which has split its combustion and electric models into two distinct ranges, BMW is going with one model lineup. We're just over 50 years on from when the first 5 Series, the E12, came out in 1972, and this is the 8th generation car. The styling, well, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because it's not quite as radical as, say, the E60 5 Series was back in 2002, but it's definitely a big change from the last generation 5 Series. It even appears to have a bit of cleavage going on here. That's slightly concerning. You can see influences from other BMW models. The lights are very like those on the X1. The grille is quite like that on the 2 Series Gran Coupe, a car that wasn't much loved when it was first launched stylistically, but I think which has mellowed a bit over the years, and maybe this will too. It's 97 millimeters longer than the old 5 Series, and that makes this a 5-meter long car. The 5 Series has gotten seriously big and quite heavy. This fully electric version, this is the eDrive 40 rear-wheel drive version, now weighs 2.1 tons. There will be combustion versions as well. There will be a 520i, a basic model, petrol model with a mild hybrid system. Ireland won't be getting the 520 diesel this time around though. BMW Ireland is eschewing diesel from now on, and you will only be able to buy electric or petrol. There will be plug-in hybrid variants coming next year too, 530e and an upgraded 550e. There's a 6-cylinder diesel model in the offing, not sure if we're going to get that yet, and there will be further variations on the electric theme. As I said, this is the eDrive 40. This is rear-wheel drive, 340 horsepower. There's an 81 kilowatt-hour battery under the floor, and that gives it a range of up to around 580 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. Whether that can be replicated in the real world, obviously, we'll have to wait and see. There is a more exciting model as well, though. There is an i5 M60, which comes with 2 electric motors and 601 horsepower. Yes, McLaren F1 power in a 4-door BMW saloon. It won't be cheap though. The basic 520i petrol version will start at €71,000 in Ireland. This, the eDrive 40e, will be €90,000, and the M60, well, that's going to be €119,000. That's quite a lot for a 5 Series. That's getting on for 7 Series money, really, isn't it? Nonetheless, you do get a lot of tech in standard, so let's go inside and take a look at what you're getting. So here inside the 5 Series, there's a lot that's familiar. You get the same big curved digital display that we've seen recently in other BMW models, with a 12-inch driver's instrument panel and a 14-inch infotainment screen. And like the 7 Series, you get this full-width crystal-style light bar that changes color according to your mood and also according to what functions you're using. That will be an option. You might like it. It's arguably a little bit tacky, but I think we'll let it pass. There is some really good new tech in here though. If you're running low on charge in this i5 electric model, there's a function that boosts your range by cutting the power, cutting the climate control, and cutting some of the other systems to give you a potential 25% extra on top of your range in order to get to a charging point. BMW says that takes away range anxiety. Okay, we'll have to wait and see. There's a boost lever here behind the wheel for the electric versions, which opens up more power from the electric motor. In the M60, that gives you a maximum 820 Newton meters of torque. That will push you to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.8 seconds. That's proper M Sport performance, whatever you think about M badges being put on electric cars. There's also a big upgrade for the automated driving system. There's now a thing called Highway Assistant that not only does a better job, apparently, of keeping you in lane and keeping you a safe distance from the car in front, it also allows you to take your hands off the wheel for much, much longer periods, at least in countries where that's legal to do so. And there's a nifty new lane change feature where the system will detect that there's an open lane to one side or other of the car. It'll suggest the lane change, and you can say yes to that lane change, not with your finger, not by talking to the car, but simply by looking into the appropriate mirror, using your eyes to activate the lane change. I wonder how well that will work. We've seen gesture control in the past be a bit of a gimmick. I wonder if that's going to be a bit of a gimmick too. Now, thanks to the extra length, there is an extra 20 millimeters in the wheelbase. There's good space in the back. It's not cavernous perhaps, but it's certainly good by 5 Series standards, and the boot remains a decent size. In the combustion engine models, you get 520 litres of boot space, and here in this electric version, you get 490 litres. There will be a touring estate version coming. That won't arrive till next year, but it will come in both combustion and electric forms, and that could be a very desirable car indeed.